Analysis of Act 1, Part 1, Scene 1 to 3. Scene 1 starts with meeting the witches. Firstly, in Scene 1, a violent tone and mood starts the play as is introduced with thunder and lightning, which creates a lot of fear for the reader. The play also starts with the supernatural, as the witches are the first characters on stage, which shows to us as readers that the theme of the supernatural is going to be integral in the play. Here the witches are planning and seeking to meet Macbeth. We get a lot of tension at this point as readers, because we do not directly know what the plans of the witches are. Instead, they speak in eerie rhyming couplets. These rhyming couplets ultimately present these supernatural characters as evil, as these couplets sound like almost spells and chanting, something greatly seen as evil in the context of the time. Scene 2, the first battle. So in this scene, the Scottish army is at battle fighting rebels from Ireland and Norway. Macbeth and Banquo are leading the army. A violent mood again for the play is set, as there is a bloody execution right in the opening of a tyrant. Here at the start, Macbeth can be seen and celebrated for his bloodthirsty nature in war, which is very, very ironic. We see this celebration as Duncan describes Macbeth as valiant despite him brutally cutting up a traitor. Therefore, it's quite ironic that Macbeth here is celebrated for his bloodthirsty attitude at the beginning, but later in the play we'll see that he is thought of as otherwise for his violent actions. In Scene 3, we see the witches' predictions. Scene 3 starts again with a violent tone as the witches are accompanied by thunder. The witches make 3 predictions here. They predict that Macbeth will firstly become Thane of Cawdor, then king, and then they predict that Banquo's sons will also be king. Banquo is presented very different to Macbeth in his reaction, as Banquo is cautious about the witches and feels as if they are manipulating him and Macbeth. This can be seen when he states, "Win us with honest strife to betrays." Here he is saying that although the witches are perhaps telling the truth, he knows that they are very manipulative and manipulating both him and Macbeth. Banquo is also much more honourable than Macbeth and cautious with the witches, as he sees them for the evil that they are when he calls them instruments of darkness. Macbeth, on the other hand, acknowledges the predictions of the witches awaken a powerful ambition of him. He is not cautious like Banquo. Instead, he gets a very, very strong sense of ambition within him. This can be seen as he is left with rapt withal. Here, the characters of Macbeth and Banquo prove very different to Macbeth. Macbeth gets swooped up by ambition and greed, whilst Banquo doesn't really. Instead, he refers to the witches as evil. Hence, the witches actually prophesize Banquo as lesser than Macbeth, but greater. This can perhaps refer to the fact that he doesn't succumb to his ambitions. Finally, the prophecies leave Macbeth with a huge lust for power. This is heightened with the witches when the witches' prophecies start to become true, and he becomes Thane of Cawdor. Thereafter, he gets convinced that he's going to become king, and his ambition boils within him and begins to intensify further and further. Now below are some important quotes from this scene. Read through them and read through the analysis to further help aid your understanding of the analysis of Scene 1 to Scene 3 of Act 1. Thank you. I hope you found this video useful. Support us by liking, subscribing and sharing with your friends. If you have any questions, post it on our forum at examqa.com.